Hello everybody, my name is Timothy and I'd like to welcome you to Discover with Timothy and to my history series, Penang Street History. In this series, we'll explore the fascinating stories behind the streets of Penang, how they got their names, who lived there, and the events that shaped them over the centuries. Today, we are exploring Lebuh Farquhar. But before we begin, let me ask you a question. Who was Farquhar? If you immediately thought of William Farquhar of Singapore, you are not alone. He is certainly the more famous of the two Farquhars. But here's something many people don't realize. Lebuh Farquhar in Georgetown is not named after William Farquhar. Instead, it was named after Robert Townsend Farquhar, a man whose contributions to the early history of Penang were so significant that one of Georgetown's oldest streets bears his name. Yet today, many people have never heard of him. This is his story. Before we travel back in time, let's first find out where Lebuh Farquhar is. Today, Lebuh Farquhar runs along the northern edge of Georgetown's UNESCO World Heritage Site. It begins at Jalan Sultan Ahmad Shah in the west and continues eastwards towards Jalan Masjid Kapitan Keling. Along the way, it passes some of Penang's finest colonial buildings, heritage hotels, churches, and schools. It is one of the city's best-known streets. But more than 2 centuries ago, none of this existed. Imagine standing here in the late 18th century. There are no cars, no hotels, no rows of elegant colonial buildings, no bustling heritage city. Instead, you see a small clearing carved out of dense tropical jungle beside the sea. This is the young settlement of Georgetown. It is the year 1786. Just a short distance away, Captain Francis Lyne has established a British trading post on behalf of the British East India Company. Around him, labourers are clearing trees, constructing simple wooden buildings, and laying out the first roads of what will eventually become one of Southeast Asia's most important ports. The future of this settlement is far from certain. Disease is common, supplies are limited, and the jungle presses in from every direction. Everything depends on the determination of a small group of people trying to turn this remote outpost into a thriving town. Among them is a young Scottish administrator named Robert Townsend Farquhar. Although history often remembers Francis Lyne as the founder of the British settlement, no founder can build a colony alone. Behind every successful settlement are administrators, soldiers, merchants, and engineers who transform an ambitious idea into a functioning community. Robert Townsend Farquhar would become one of those people. Born in 1776 into a distinguished Scottish family, Farquhar entered the service of the British East India Company while still a young man. Like many ambitious Scots of his generation, he travelled thousands of miles from home in search of opportunity within Britain's expanding empire. When he arrived in Penang, he found a settlement unlike the grand colonial cities that would later emerge across Asia. Georgetown was still in its infancy. Its streets were few, its population was small, much of the surrounding land remained untouched jungle. Yet despite these challenges, the settlement possessed enormous potential. Its location along the Straits of Malacca made it an ideal harbour for ships travelling between India, Southeast Asia, and China. Merchants from many different countries were already beginning to recognize Penang as a safe and convenient trading port. Francis Lyne understood this. So did Robert Townsend Farquhar. Working under Lyne, Farquhar quickly gained valuable experience in the administration of the young colony. Every day presented new challenges. There were disputes to settle, Land had to be surveyed, public order had to be maintained, trade needed encouragement. New settlers required confidence that this isolated outpost had a promising future. Unlike older colonial cities, there was no established system waiting for Farquhar to inherit. Much of the government had to be created from scratch. As Georgetown slowly expanded, roads extended further inland, new buildings appeared, and merchants from China, India, and the Malay archipelago and Europe established themselves in the growing port. It was an exciting but uncertain time. Every successful shipment strengthened confidence in the settlement. Every new building suggested that Georgetown might survive after all. Yet the colony still depended heavily upon one man, Francis Light. Then, in 1794, disaster struck. After years of building the settlement, Francis Light fell ill with malaria. On the 21st of October 1794, he died at the age of 54. For the tiny colony, the loss was devastating. The founder was gone. Many must have wondered whether Georgetown could survive without the man who had established it only 8 years earlier. It was a defining moment in Penang's history. Someone now had to take responsibility for the future of the settlement. That responsibility eventually fell to Robert Townsend Farquhar. In 1804, at just 28 years of age, he was appointed the first Lieutenant Governor of Prince of Wales Island, as Penang was then officially known. Imagine the weight resting on his shoulder. He was no longer simply assisting the administration. He was now responsible for governing one of Britain's newest possessions in the East. The decisions he made would influence not only the future of Georgetown, but the future of Penang itself. Fortunately for the colony, Farquhar proved to be an energetic and capable administrator. Rather than merely maintaining what Francis Light had begun, he sought to strengthen and expand the settlement. The difficult task of transforming a fragile frontier outpost into a stable and prosperous colony had truly begun. During Farquhar's years as Lieutenant Governor, Penang entered an important new chapter. The colony was no longer simply struggling to survive, it now had to grow. That meant attracting merchants from around the region, encouraging immigration, improving public administration, and creating confidence that Penang was a safe and prosperous place to live and to do business. It was a formidable challenge. Unlike many established colonial cities, Georgetown was still being built. Roads had to be extended, land had to be surveyed, public buildings had to be constructed. Laws had to be enforced among a population that was becoming increasingly diverse. Yet, diversity would soon become one of Penang's greatest strengths. People arrived from China, India, the Malay Peninsula, the Indonesian archipelago, Europe, and many other parts of Asia. Each community brought its own language, customs, religions, and traditions. Together, they transformed the young settlement into a vibrant multicultural trading port. Farquhar understood that trade was the lifeblood of Penang. Ships crossing the Straits of Malacca needed a reliable harbor where they could replenish supplies, repair their vessels, and exchange goods before continuing their voyages. As trade increased, so too did Georgetown's importance within the British Empire. By the early 19th century, the settlement that Francis Light had founded less than 20 years earlier had become one of the region's busiest ports. Much of that success was achieved during Robert Townsend Farquhar's administration. His abilities were recognized beyond Penang. After leaving the island in 1805, Farquhar continued his career with the British Empire and was later appointed Governor of Mauritius, where he also left a lasting legacy. Yet here in Penang, his name would never be forgotten. One of Georgetown's principal streets came to bear the name Lebuh Farquhar. Today, the street stretches along the northern edge of the historic city, following the route that has witnessed more than 2 centuries of Penang's history. Let's take a walk along it. Starting from the western end near Jalan Sultan Ahmad Shah, Lebuh Farquhar leads visitors into the heart of Georgetown's heritage district. One of its most famous landmarks is the Eastern and Oriental Hotel, affectionately known as the Inn and O. Since opening in 1885, the hotel has welcomed royalties, writers, celebrities, and travelers from around the world. Its elegant colonial architecture recalls an era when Penang was one of the great ports of the British Empire. Further along the street stands churches, schools, and heritage buildings that reflect the multicultural character of Georgetown. Each building represents a different chapter in the city's history, reminding us that Penang's heritage was shaped by many communities living side by side. As you continue eastward, the street draws closer to the Esplanade and Fort Cornwallis, linking the story of Robert Townsend Farquhar to that of Francis Light. It is a fitting connection, for the histories of these two men are inseparable. One founded the settlement, the other secured its future. Of course, Lebuh Farquhar has not remained unchanged. Over the years, horse-drawn carriages gave way to motor cars. Colonial government offices were replaced by modern institutions. New hotels, cafes, and businesses appeared alongside buildings that have stood for more than a century. The street has witnessed remarkable moments in Penang's history. It experienced the prosperity of the 19th century, the hardships of the Japanese occupation during the Second World War, the celebrations of Malayan independence in 1957, and the formation of Malaysia in 1963. In 2008, Georgetown received international recognition when it was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Lebuh Farquhar became part of the Protected Heritage Zone, ensuring that its historical buildings and streetscape would be preserved for future generations. Today, visitors strolling along Lebuh Farquhar admire its architecture, enjoy its cafes and hotels, and photograph its historical landmarks. Many probably never stopped to ask who Farquhar was. Yet, it was one of the wonderful things about street names. They quietly preserve history. Long after the people themselves have passed away, their names continue to be spoken every day. Every taxi driver, every tour guide, every resident giving directions, every visitor reading a signboard. Even without realizing it, they are remembering Robert Townsend Farquhar. History is often remembered through monuments and museums, but sometimes it survives in something much simpler, a street name. Lebuh Farquhar is more than just another road in Georgetown. It is a reminder of a man who helped transform a fragile colonial outpost into a growing and confident trading settlement. While Francis Light will always be remembered as the founder of the British settlement on Penang Island, Robert Townsend Farquhar deserves to be remembered as one of the people who ensured that that settlement did not merely survive but flourish. So the next time you walk along Lebuh Farquhar, don't just admire the beautiful buildings or enjoy the shade of its old trees. Remember the man whose name the street bears. Because every street has a story, and this one tells the story of a forgotten pioneer who helped shape the Penang we know today. And that's the story of Lebuh Farquhar. I hope you have enjoyed this journey into Penang's past, and if you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to Discover with Timothy for more stories from around Penang. And if you haven't yet seen it, click here to learn about Lebuh Light, the street where Georgetown began, and I'll meet you there.